Namaskar. First, I would like to apologize for my long gap of posting videos because I was a little preoccupied with some exams, and so I didn't had the proper, not exactly time. I had the time, but I didn't had the mood to just. I wasn't really relaxed, so it took some time for me to come back and record one video for you. This video I will discuss. Someone requested me in the last video in the comment section that I should do a video on how to practice, or more appropriate to say that how to manage your time if you are a working professional but still music is your love and your passion. You want to practice music keeping your professional field both in balance. So the main problem working professionals face is time, how to manage the time. If someone asks me that how come I know of such things, I am only playing music all day, so I don't have any idea. But I would like to say that I do have practical idea. After I completed my masters on music from Rabindra Bharati University, I applied for the post of in the cultural quota. I applied for the post of cultural quota for the Indian Railways. There was an advertisement in the newspaper, and I applied, and I gave the interview, and I played Sarod in front of the judges, some eminent musicians, and I fortunately or unfortunately I got the job. And because we come from a very middle class family, we do have to look after ourselves, have to sustain ourselves economically. So to sustain our music, because music, you all know, we all know, those who are doing, those who are not doing professionally, we all know that classical music, especially classical music which is not popular music, is very difficult in the initial stages. Even the great ustads who nowadays we know that they are very rich and affluent, they were not always like that. They had to work very, very, very hard really to be economically that strong. Yes, they had to, obviously they had to practice and learn and everything, but apart from that, what they had to do is incredible. It's mind-boggling. If it's whether it's Ustad Amjad Ali Khan Sahab or Ustad Rashid Khan or Pandit Ajay Chakravarti, they were not economically affluent in the beginning, to begin with, like they are now. So it's very difficult. So out of 100, maybe 2 or 3 will succeed like that. So, but that doesn't mean that we don't have the right to practice music properly. We all do have the right to pursue our passion for music. But what to do? You have to sustain yourself also. If your parents are Ambani, and not everyone's parents are Ambani and Adani. Even if your parents are Ambani and Adani, then you have to look after the family business also. So time, that brings us to that thing, time management. Well, I did the railways job for 9 months, and then I gave up. I quit the railway job to pursue music, but in that 9 months I faced and I tried to solve on my own what I faced, the problem of time management. I had to go out every day to my job workplace at around 9. I had to go. There was this rush and everything, the local train and everything. So after I went there, I sat, I did my job. When I came back home at 7 or 7:30, I was totally exhausted. I took half an hour or 1 hour rest, maybe from 8 or 8:30. I practiced for 1.5 hour or maybe sometimes 2 hours. Then I had my dinner, went to sleep. I woke up next day at 7 or 6, not 6, I am a late riser. 7. I tried to wake up at 6, practice for 2 hours, but every day it was not 2 hours, maybe 1.5 hour. Then I had to leave again at 9 after taking my shower and having my breakfast and everything. The main problem is syncing yourself from your music mode to your work mode. It's totally a different thing, a very different thing. You are a different person altogether. So that is the main thing. You are not a robot that on off, you are just going out, coming in, practicing. It's not like that. When you are practicing, when I was practicing in the morning, it was very difficult for me to practically adjust to the fact that I had to give up and go outside. I didn't want to. Each day it was a fight. And when the opposite thing happened in the evening, when I came back home, it was also the same. My body didn't wanted to practice at all because I felt exhausted. The work culture and everything, the railways is a very vast organization, different types of people, and the whole day it was chaotic. And so you have to sync yourself in and sync yourself out. That is the main thing, along with time management. Time management is the physical part, and the syncing in and syncing out is the mental part of your whatever your practice and everything. So even if you get 1 hour practice, you need to you need to plan that 1 hour accordingly. Like, what will you practice in that 1 hour? 1 hour in, maybe you are working for 6 days in a week, maybe 5 days. So 5 days in the morning you get 1 hour or 2 hours. So you need to plan that 2 hours accordingly. If it's 1 hour, you need maybe just like I did. What I did in the morning was I just practiced my exercises just to keep both my hands steady. So in that 1 hour, how can you do that? You can start with like the murchanas and the paltas for 15 minutes. You can then switch to some bowl stroke patterns. For 15 minutes, some glides. For 15 minutes, and then maybe some other things like jhala or something like that for 15 minutes. This 15 phases you can chalk up and divide in between 4 in the 1 hour. The same thing you can just expand the time by when you are practicing for 2 hours, you can double it. So 15 minutes you can double it to 30 minutes. Okay, so in the morning session you can also do half an hour of practice. 15 minutes you cut it off, half the practice session. Maybe omit some sections, like if you feel like you need to practice the bowls more, then and your bowls need more attention than your glides, then you can do that. So half an hour you can do that, and then half an hour you can go to fixed compositions or impromptu composition practice, practice that is with tabla or the iPad or anything. You can do that. So when you come back home, the same thing. What you want to practice, you need to plan, and accordingly, and you need to expand it and compress it according to the time you get in your hand. But try to practice the whole thing every day, or else you can try to concentrate only on one single thing for 1 hour. That is also a type of practice. Another type of practice is that you attempt all of the things categorically and make a section out of it for the time. And in the weekdays, you instead of going out, you should go out, but sometimes you stay at home or go to a tabla player friend and practice with them. This way you can do it. It's the consistency is the main thing, and time management. If you keep on doing it, this is also a practice. Your sinking in and sinking out becomes very, very, very easy. But then why did I give up the job? Because giving your whole day to music has a different meaning altogether. It has to be. If you are going to pursue your music, music is going to be your life, then it's a different story. If you want to do music as a part of your life, then it's a different story. But if music has to be your life, then it's a different story. It's a different ball game altogether. But that doesn't mean that everyone has to do what everyone does, or somebody some individual does. You have to do what you want to do. If you want, it's perfectly all right to pursue music along with your professional life. It's music. If you can become a musician. You can become a professional musician doing that type of thing only. You more often than not, you will not become. But that doesn't mean that you don't love music. You are doing music. That is the main important thing. Music is a discipline, the highest form of art, the best discipline there is, mental and physical. So that is the main important thing. In today's age that we live in, we are moving towards chaos, mental chaos and everything, materialistic chaos and everything. Even if you get 1 hour of time for music, that's more than enough. But that 1 hour, you need to manage the time. You need to either practice all the things very categorically for 10 minutes, or 5 minutes in small parts, or you take one thing and do the whole 1 hour for that only. You can do both. Some days you do one practice, concentrate only on one thing, only on one palta for 1 hour. The next day you don't feel like doing that. You switch on to the next mode of playing everything in small parts. Someday you play only impromptu, someday only you play fixed composition for 1 hour. If you get 2 hours, for 2 hours. If you get more, fine. And the next thing is keep in your house or home practice unit. I mean, a place for practice that's exclusively for your practice only, where you keep your instruments. It's a neat and cozy and private place. It should be, and there you should practice, and you should keep it very clean, and you should always think like that. It should be like a place where you are performing prayer, or where people have their place for pujas and everything. or a place where they keep their photo of God, or whatever religion they follow. There is a place for that in every individual's room or home. So you can do that also. You keep a place in a corner of a room or in a corner of your home, where there is very less sound, the outside sound is less and private. You keep that place clean, and when that will help you to sink in very easily, sink in or sink out, sink in very easily. When you are coming home from your work, you just take a shower and go there, and instantly you are cut off from the world. This is what I know and I shared. Hope it helps some of you. Thank you.